Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Runt's journey to become the greatest coach of all time. Last video, Coach made the switch, left Holy Cross, and we lost our first game at the University of Tennessee. But even with that, there is a lot of hope around Tennessee, especially going into the Old Spice Classic Tournament, the second most prestigious preseason tournament behind only Maui. We are going to be facing off against Northwestern. Texas Tech and Virginia also in the field. We're a lot higher rated than Northwestern, a full letter grade in all three categories. So we're going to go ahead and simcast, and you can see the talent difference immediately as we jump out to a 20-point lead almost instantly. Good job from everybody on the team, balanced attack, and we end up winning by 25. Around the tournament, Texas Tech handles Murray State. Virginia is going to take care of Pepperdine. And Nevada squeaks out a win against Niagara University. So after Coach Runt's first career win as a volunteer, we're going to face off against Nevada in the second round. A little higher rated than Northwestern, and you can see it in sim as they're putting up a much better fight, but we are able to pull away at the end, mainly due to an amazing performance by Clay as he puts up 41 points. Alonzo Clay, 18 for 27 from the field, 5 for 10 from 3. Good scoring from Winters and Russ Love as well. Just a great offensive performance, breaking 100 points in this one. Ty Carson looking like a bit of a point forward too as he picks up 10 assists alongside Russ Love also getting 10. In the championship, we are going to face off against Virginia from the ACC. An impressive win over Texas Tech by about 20 points. Both their center and their shooting guard putting up over 30 points and shooting a lot of free throws to get there, so something to watch out for in this one. Very similar ratings between us and Virginia, and they are the number 21 ranked team in the nation, so a good opportunity to get an impressive win for the resume here. We are going to be simcasting this one and then jumping in when we get the opportunity. Pull ahead in the first half, but they start to close the gap by halftime, and it's really been a back and forth game in the second half as we are getting closer to the end of the game. Going to jump in here with a 2-point lead and about 6 minutes left. Pretty balanced scoring attack for both teams this game, but got to watch out for Derek Riggs and Tim Navarre, the two stars who put up a lot of points in the semifinals. But here we are in the Old Spice Championship, and let's see what the offense can do. We find Alonzo Clay in the corner, and that is a great start to jumping into the game. Minute later, Russ Love finding Clay, gets his guy to jump, and he is just shooting very well right now, finding his shot. It's been a breakout tournament for Alonzo Clay, and Russ Love trying to get some of his own, but who else is there to clean it up? It's Alonzo Clay once again. He's going to the line. Through the first few games, he's been our leading scorer and leading shot blocker as well, with that size at the shooting guard position, although he is running the 3 in our lineup. But Virginia is a good high-level team, not going to back down that easily as they're able to hit this corner 3 right in Tommy Stanford's face. On the other end, Russ Love settling into that point guard role as a good pick and roll and an even better hop step into the finish puts us up by 7. Though Virginia quickly cuts it to 5 and then 3 on this jump shot here. Coach Runt's improvement last year at Holy Cross with inbound plays carrying over here as some pretty good action gets Russ Love with a good look inside. Even Coach Runt is continuing to develop, but Virginia is getting real hot here. And it's going to start to turn into a problem potentially if we cannot start to make shots of our own. As Virginia with a little bit of a slow-moving transition offense, but it's going to result in a tie ball game. And now some sloppy offense as Tommy Stanford turns it over. And once again, Virginia running the break, and it's going to end up in a foul on Winters. And we are now down 2. As Alonzo Clay finds his teammate Stanford, who gets to his spot in the mid-range and ties it back up again. In the fast break, Ty Carson, point forward, trying to run the break, but struggling here. He ends up finding Winters, who settles for not the best look there. And on the other end, Virginia running the pick and roll, down into crunch time, and what a finish from the Virginia point guard. 47 seconds left, but a lot of time with this team and with this coach. But we're going to miss this shot. Virginia cannot run the full clock out. Usually we're going to see our team play defense here, and it's going to end up with a turnover, so the gamble pays off. Russ Love, a huge dunk over the 7-foot center. What a play from our point guard. He is really looking like a star. He can pass, he can shoot, and showing off the athleticism here as he's just soaring through the air. getting Smokey excited on the play as well. But on the very next possession, Ty Carson picks up a foul, taking away all the momentum from that Russ Love dunk, and Coach Runt is not excited about that call. Ray Meeks not impacted by the crowd as he's going to step up and knock down both free throws, allowing them to set up the press, but we cut right through it. Ty Carson gets the layup and he's going to get a charge. The team cannot believe this call, as I am not really sure how you can call that a charge, and it is going to cost us potentially the game, as Alonzo Clay last gasp does not go in. And with that, we are going to end up losing the Old Spice Classic in heartbreaking fashion, missing out on another opportunity to build up that resume and take out a top 25 team. There will be more opportunities to come, but you can see the disappointment in the team's body language as Bill Manley is falling to the floor, and it is just frustration for Tennessee, as off to not a bad start, but 2-2 is not exactly what the team was looking for, with some good opportunities early in the season. This especially felt like one we could have had, as it's a good offensive performance for a couple guys, Alonzo Clay and Russ Love leading the charge as usual, but a balanced performance from Virginia and some clutch shooting carries them to the win. And now a few days off for the trip back home to face off against number 2 North Carolina. With all A+ ratings, this is going to be a challenging one, even at home, even with Smokey hyping up the crowd on CBS. Love the energy and the fans here in Knoxville, but it's going to take more than just that to pull off the upset in this one, as point guard Ray West instantly gets downhill and gets a layup, and you can see the struggles immediately from this Tennessee team. Looks very similar to the when Holy Cross faced off against higher level teams, but Tennessee needs to know that they are on the same level, or at least expected to be on the same level as these types of teams someday. That's why Coach Runt comes to a Tennessee, but is not looking great so far in this one. Ty Carson starting off the scoring for us though. And here we see some more good inbound plays as we get it to Jared Love for the mid-range shot. North Carolina with probably the best backcourt in college, with their point guard Ray West and Jared Butts, the shooting guard, connecting on that last play. Good block there, and we are running the break. Ty Carson finds Alonzo Clay in the corner, and that is automatic. The shooting guard Butts, number 15, especially crazy. I lagged out of the first game, and he had 27 points in the first half in that one. And now this game starting off much the same, as he's got 9 quick ones. And you can see already in this game, leading to frustration for our team, as Russ Love picks up his second personal foul in just a stupid play far away from the basket after a turnover. Again, Ray West hitting another tough shot he has not missed yet, but the team responding, playing Coach Runt's quick basketball, getting it up court for the layup. Still sticking around in this one as Tommy Stanford pulls it back and finds the 6th man, Bill Manley, who pump fakes and then knocks down the 3 to make it a 3-point game. Next possession, we get a fast break opportunity, and it's going to be Manley again. But these guards from North Carolina, dirty cross there from Ray West, and he knocks down the mid-range shot. Still has not missed in this one. And almost instantly after we got it within 1, it is going to be extended back to an 8-point game with this and 1 for the North Carolina center. And it's going to be the 2 guards connecting once again as John Butts finishes inside. Coach telling his team to get it together, and Ty Carson will respond with a nice mid-range pull-up there, followed shortly after by an Alonzo Clay deep pull-up transition 3 that goes down to make it 5. Back on defense, we finally force one of these guards to miss a 3, but just give up the offensive rebound and get dunked on instead. Going through the motion offense, and it's going to be a nice back cut from Bill Manley here, who has not yet missed a shot in this one. But this dude, John Butts, is just insane. He has a 97 three-point rating. For reference, Alonzo Clay's rating is an 85. Genuinely one of the most rage-inducing players I've ever seen in a video game, as Manley continues to stay hot and knock down a 3, followed by us giving up another mid-range shot, but another quick run leads to Winters getting an easy layup. Next possession, they go under the Alonzo Clay screen, and he punishes that mistake. Misses the next one, but Adlai Winters there to clean it up, and it's back to a 6-point game. But the Tar Heels, just such a good team. Every time we get momentum, they find their stars, as John Butts now has 20 points, and we are going to have to call a timeout. There's just not much you can do against an offense and a couple guards like these two. Really interested to see how this team performs in sim, as you just can't guard it. He's hitting leaning contested three-pointers, and it is just not much you can do besides try to match it, which Alonzo Clay is doing his best to do. And now even their third guard is making shots before the half, and we are going to end up down 12 going into the half. And going into the half, both teams being led by their shooters, both teams shooting very well, and it's a very fast-paced game, and with the shooting to go along with it, not something we saw at the lower levels, but now with the combination of talent and the style of play for Coach Runt, we could see some high-scoring games. But a good start here to the second half, getting the turnover and turning it into 2 points. And that worked pretty well, so why not just do it again? But this time, let's make it 3 points from Bill Manley. With the hot start to the second half, Alonzo Clay looking to get in on it, and that is ugly. Missed everything, and that will put a halt to anybody's momentum, especially against a team like UNC. I mean, look at this. 2 guys completely smothered, and he gets fouled, but still makes the jump shot. The fans, the team, and even coach cannot believe what they're seeing, but Love taking out his frustration on the rim there, and now blocking Love on the other end. He gets the rebound, but can't finish over the defense, but then just gives up a free offensive rebound, and Coach Runt is losing his mind. This guy is impossible to guard, and we're just giving him free baskets as Clay knocks down the 3 there. And once again, a ridiculous shot. It's just getting absurd. Another quick full-court pass, though, to Carson, and we respond immediately. Basically manufacturing transition there, even after a made basket. Coach Runt loves to see that, but is not liking the rest of what he's seeing, so he's going to talk it over in the timeout. Once again, shout out to our guy Smokey, really bringing the energy when we need it. And then Manley using that frame, getting physical and forcing a turnover, which turns into a Russ Love three-pointer to cut it down to 14. And then right after that, Ray West knocks down a 3. And then not long after that, he's knocking down another one. With 7.5 minutes left, this thing's really getting away from the Volunteers. So Coach Runt's going to call one more timeout, try to rally the troops, and see if he can make any changes to bring them back from the dead. But it's not really working out, as they are going to continue to add to their lead. We're still moving quickly in transition, but just not making our shots right now. Going to make it really tough to make this comeback, especially with these star guards on the other end making plays. So down 25 with 4.5 minutes left, but at this point something interesting starts to happen. We've talked a lot about the pace, and when we start to get hot like we do here, there's really not a time we're going to be out of a game. Cut it down to 15 in just about 2 minutes. They call a timeout, but we're still going to keep pushing it on offense. And in transition here, Russ Love with a huge dunk. Once again, showing off that athleticism, giving us momentum when we desperately need it. And Ty Carson's going to keep it going. And then Winters cuts it to a single-digit game. It's a 16-0 run in about 2.5 minutes, but Ray West finally gets a bucket to go for UNC. But then Alonzo Clay matches it, and it's back to a 9-point game. And this 3 right here from UNC's big man is just a backbreaker. Even though we are able to advance at full court for a layup, basically have to play perfect at this point, and UNC has finally got their shot back. After an impressive comeback and giving us a little bit of hope, we're back in desperation mode, and we end up falling just a little bit short. Disappointing to miss another opportunity, but UNC, I feel like, is going to be a contender, a good chance to win it all, and we aren't quite at that level yet, talent-wise. Not to say we don't have talent. That run at the end really showed our potential, and we put up 99 points, but UNC's offense, and their 2 guards specifically, are just insane. A thing to note, Bill Manley really showing off in this game, potentially could get off the bench into the starting lineup, especially if we want more defense and more big guards. But 31 and 32 from their backcourt, we're never going to be able to win a game like that, allowing that much production. The offense on this team obviously looks good. The defense is going to take some tweaking. We know we'll probably be in some shootouts, but giving up over 100 points a game just is not a winning formula. We'll see how coach addresses it, but bringing in another big forward to the starting lineup could hide some of the weaknesses in size in the front court. And if Manley's going to be shooting and scoring like that, it's definitely something to consider. But that's going to be all for this one. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.